audience. I know it's your union shirts, but it's the right color for the month. So welcome. Good to see you. Commissioner Strader is joining remotely. So good morning, Commissioner Strader. I'd like a motion and a second for approval of the minutes of the regular commission meeting of January 14th, 2026. So moved. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Good morning, Commissioner Devon. Yes, exactly. All right, we're going to move on to our executive director's report. Good morning, Curtis. Nice
Good morning.
red. Oh, no red.
I don't think I own a, well, I do, actually. I'll work on that next year, Commissioner, if I'm still employed here. Commissioners, good morning. Guests, good morning. Nice to have visitors here. And new employees who we just met with in the back couple rows, welcome. Really nice to see you all. Thanks for joining us. We had a nice few minutes together this morning, a little bit rushed because we wanted to get down here, but it's nice to have everyone here this morning. I think Commissioner Devon is still a little fired up from the UP Pilots crushing of Gonzaga, big upset. That's probably the excitement this morning. If I could have the safety champions up here on the board this morning. Commissioners, you'll see up here again four Port employees, Ethan and Austin and Michelle and Sarah. I think Michelle's with us today. We're going to hear from her in a few minutes. Great to have you here, Michelle. And Austin, actually newly promoted out on the dredge crew. He's just now taking over the landside version of the operation out on the dredge. Just a bunch of Port employees who are really focused on safety and thinking about how to keep their environment around them safe, their coworkers, and of course, our passengers, business partners, and colleagues safe. So really great to have them all with us this morning or recognized up here. This morning, we do have one. Steve Danielson and Michelle, are you two joining us for our safety moment? Martine. Okay. Sorry, Michelle. I almost inadvertently put you on the spot. Martine Koblenz and Steve Danielson are going to do our safety moment this morning. Hey, morning.
Hi, I'm Steve Danielson. My pronouns are he, him, his, and I'm the Director of Safety, Health, and Loss Control.
Good morning. My name is Martine Koblenz. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm the Culture and Strategy Director. And I wanted to start by thanking you, Steve, for allowing me to join this safety presentation this morning. We're really delighted to share with you a recent event that took place. Steve will give you more detail about that. I'm here to just give a little context of how we got here first. So our culture and strategy team we're charged with cultivating a culture of belonging in the workplace. And to that end, one of our goals in fostering a learning culture at the Port is by delivering programs that activate the Port's values. We want to try to embed those values into our daily practices, shaping our organizational norms and the behavioral expectations of our employees. And we're a small team, but we really feel really blessed and honored to partner with folks across the organization, including Steve here and his team. And so one of the ways that we deliver programming is through a summit. And we used to have a month-long intensive summit where we would invite external speakers and we'd have events and celebratory activities. And they were primarily focused on the values of inclusion and leadership. As you all know, with the update of the strategic plan, we added safety as one of the core values last year. And the core values is part of the framework of our strategic plan. So part of the work that we do is how do we keep our strategic plan alive? How do we keep our mission and vision and values alive in the work that we do with each of our employees? And so how we define safety at the Port is that we seek to eliminate harm through a culture of active prevention, curiosity, evaluation, and action. So this year, one of the important changes that we made was to try to keep the values alive and into daily practice. Instead of having an intensive month-long session, we've decided to spread our summit sessions throughout the year. So we now have week-long sessions And then we focus on each of the core values for each of the week-long sessions. And this year, we had our first inaugural week-long session focused on safety. And so I'm going to pass it to Steve to share a little bit more about how that went.
Thank you, Martine. First off, I want to, this is a new and heavy lift for us, and I really want to give a shout out to the Values Committee that was set up to help, idea generate and plan and execute. It's cross-functional team, cross-enterprise team that did that work, led by Michelle, who you saw as a safety champion. So it was great work, great efforts by everybody. So a real big shout out to them. The sessions themselves, we had 5 online virtual development sessions. A lot of it leaning towards psychological safety that helps us both be welcoming at work as well as safe to provide input into the safety program. Designing and creating psychological safety, upstander versus bystander, after the incident trust building, and also something to build your own resilience and well-being for fatigue management, as we have many employees here that work over the after hours, afternoons, and night shifts in different business lines. We also had 4 in-person sessions, active shooter, shift prep starter, de-escalation, and a Super Bowl safety that we held on an off shift. Now, all these efforts were not centered around HQ. They were centered over at the PDX maintenance campus and focused on the aviation group. Much kudos goes to management for supporting their employees to take some time to go over there and have some fun and learn about safety and different aspects of the enterprise. But also, we did some enabling work with bus routes, so people didn't have to get on the road on the busiest street in Oregon and go over there. We used buses to do a milk run over there on different routes, and they use the airfield, so you got a little tour as well. Safer than individual cars. And we had great participation because of that enablement and the planning and some of the marketing that we did. 212 total participation in virtual sessions. And the beat goes on with that. Those sessions are recorded and still accessible for learning credit. 67 employees did more than 2 events. We had 85 people who participated from the aviation group, which was the target group in this venture. And we had a Values Summit record of 145 people that attended the safety fair that was held over in the vehicle barn over at PDX.
Do we have the picture for that?
Yes, we're going to show some pictures of some of the fun that was had there. You can see there's a wide variety of table topics. Emergency management was there, PDX Ops and FA, SMS, wildlife, PDX MX with a big snow truck, police, fire, marine, engineering, and then as well as community engagement and employee resource groups. So if you go back, you can see Spot looks like he's going to jump on the static display of the fire department's air stairs. There you can see a bomb sniffing dog with Spot at the right and some people having fun. If you go to the next slide, there's some more items. You had Moa there at the safety table as well, using the trauma straps on a confined space device. And there, Curtis, that's not you there, but somebody's doing some live fire extinguishing training. We had that in-house. You were able to touch, some of the lives of some of our professional tool holders. You can see that arc flash hood, but they also made you put on the PPE for working with live electrical and just do simple tasks such as opening candy, right? These are, put them in their position. And then you see the big snow truck there. Built in Norway, but let's say how high it is and all the handrails and so forth. And just a great building of community around safety and giving people the opportunity to look at other people, how they're working safe. And the tabling was great. The safety team, can upgrade their tabling. It's a new venture for us. Wildlife was great, emergency management, but outstanding static displays, operational demos, and information sharing.
Can I just say that I heard from so many folks about the safety fair, and one of the things that was really cool about it is that people at the port are really proud about the work that they do. So to be able to talk about this is what I do and this is how safety is connected to the work that I do, having other folks come and learn for me, I'm learning what other folks do across the port because you could be here for years and still not know everything. But it was genuinely fun too. So to learn and to have fun, it's a bonus. And I just also the one thing that I forgot to mention, so I'm glad that you added that we had this at PDX maintenance is we really want to have events that go beyond the headquarters building because part of this idea of belonging is really ensuring that even though we have subcultures in different locations, we're all part of the port. And so how do we ensure that folks are really involved and engaged?
Yeah, and final comment, again, learning and living our values is a port share non-financial metric. So a lot of people got to do their receipts of training or education and having fun around the safety value. Still have the leadership, service, and inclusion values to go. So we're looking forward to doing some more work with that committee.
Terrific. Thank you both. Really appreciate you.
Thank you.
It was great. I got to participate in one of the sessions too. It's just really nice to see folks engage on safety. So thanks a lot for coming out this morning.
Thank you.
Commissioners, sort of on through the rest of the notes this morning, I was able to go last week to DC to visit with our delegation. Had the good fortune of seeing all, 8 members of Congress who represent the state of Oregon. It was really terrific. Shared first with them, I should say, also visited with Senator Patty Murray's staff and with Maria Cantwell as well. So, it's sort of 9 members of Congress who care about what's going on with us. They're all very supportive. I got to talk with them first about the progress of PDX Next, and I'll hit that in just a second. But it was really great to let them know we've been shooting for a July 1, 2026 completion of the project, and we're going to finish on time. And so for a $2.6 billion project, finishing 8 days early, honestly, for members of Congress, that was mind-blowing. So it was really great. It was also a visit where we were able to talk with them about WRDA, the Water Resources Development Act. I know we've talked here at Commission about it many times, but the renewal is up this year. We care about that deeply because it's enabling work in the Columbia River and the dredging work. We're in discussions with our delegation about how much of that funding comes from the port versus from the Army Corps. And so enabling that roughly $31 billion worth of cargo that goes down the river every year to keep going down the river is what that visit was all about. So shifting now to PDX Next, indeed, we're going to finish on time before July. In January the 20th, is that right, Vince? We took out the walk-around corridor on the south side. In March, we'll be taking out that corridor on the north side. It looks really great out there. We had the good fortune of being out there a couple weeks ago with Tim Boyle, the CEO of Columbia Sportswear, and Rochelle to open the new Columbia Sportswear shop. A lot of the concessionaires are coming online now, and we'll see that over the course of the next few months. It's really encouraging, and the site just looks great. And the safety record is terrific, continues to be a real focus of the team. Also inside the terminal, you'll be seeing, with the help of the Regional Arts and Culture Council, the selection of 2 new artists on both the north and the south side. Essentially, they're the exit halls, these 59-foot-long murals. They're fantastic. The 2 artists who were selected were Letty Jane Rennekamp and Mark Small. You'll see that work here in the next few months. It's going to be colorful and vibrant, really beautiful, and excited to have more local and connected artists in our facility. Shifting briefly to Marine, I think we all talked a month ago about John Acree, who left the port after 26 years of incredible service. John was named by the Willamette and Columbia Maritime Industries group. It's called the Maritime Commerce Club, recognized for his service. And I have a few words that they said. John has left us, but he's paying attention. So I thought it's worth noting. He received the Old Salt Award, and sort of typical for folks who serve the port over time. They have this really outsized impact in the community. The selection committee shared about John. He's a wonderful ambassador for the Columbia River shipping for many years. He's, quote, a steady hand during some turbulent times. John truly thinks and acts for the regional benefit. So just kudos again to John. No longer with us for now a couple weeks, but still around and just fabulous. He's actually still going to be doing some work connected to our marine business with some of our business partners. So really excited about that. Commissioners, I think we have talked publicly about our CFO search. We're obviously really happy for Antoinette Chandler, who's now in place down at Los Angeles. What do we call that, Chris? LAWA. LAX is how I think of it, but it's the World Airports, Los Angeles? World Airports. She's doing a great job down there. We miss her, but we are now underway with our search. We've got a bunch of great candidates now, and I'll be doing some work with a number of our executive team and some of the stakeholders internally doing our interviews here over the course of the next few weeks. We will be losing Dan Blaufus as general counsel later this spring after 12 years at the port. Dan is leaving us on April 9th for good reasons. He's going to go hike the Camino de Santiago. But Dan we'll get a chance to say goodbye to him in the next couple months, but Dan's been a great friend and partner. I've relied on him. The whole organization has relied on him. We're going to miss him a lot, but Dan's departure also enables us to make some changes internally. We're doing some work to combine our shared prosperity work with our legal team, and we'll be doing a search for a new chief shared prosperity and legal officer over the course of the next couple months. I have reached out to a couple of you for help in that search, so really looking forward to bringing some new perspective to our executive team and really enabling the organization to think differently about what the future looks like and continue our focus on shared prosperity. And then finally, we have another visitor. Kathleen, are you ready? I think everybody knows, and I won't say much here. I'll let Kathleen do the heavy lift here, but we have a great relationship with TSA here at PDX. It's been going on, I think, for several years beyond Kathleen's and my terms. Our predecessors also had a great relationship, but Kathleen is the Federal Security Director here at PDX, has oversight for the TSA team and our interaction in the airport. She's a friend and a supporter of the port, a great partner. We talk frequently. It's a great relationship, and we had a shutdown here this winter, and I think, Kathleen, you're here to share some perspective on what happened. And
That's right. Yeah,
thanks,
thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Really, it's just a moment for me to share some gratitude with all of you. I got the opportunity a few weeks ago to connect with many employees from the Port of Portland. And when I think back on that 43-day government shutdown and the challenges that we face, I'm also really reminded of the remarkable generosity that came from PDX, from the family, and from the community. I know that our officers really felt cared for in a time when they could have felt forgotten. So I'm really here just to, I do want to show you a quick video, but to also say that the remarkable things that people did, they volunteered their time, they volunteered their own personal finances through giving gift cards or gas cards. They volunteered pantry items for our officers. And I got the wonderful opportunity to hear stories from all of them, right? And a lot of them really felt in that time that having that pantry there meant that they didn't have to choose between filling their tanks or purchasing groceries for their families, or it meant that they knew, because of the generous meal donations, that they knew that they would come to work, and that's where they were definitely going to get their next meal during that time. If you didn't know, one of the things that was a highlight, if you could call it that, from the shutdown was that the manager of Tillamook realized that they had 1,000 2-pound baby loaf blocks of cheddar that were mislabeled, and so they offered to donate those to the employees. And so, as we said, some of the employees didn't know exactly where the pantry was, but they found their way right over to the pantry once that cheese was available. And so really, I wanted to say, don't just take the praise from me, but let's go to a quick video from my workforce for all of you. Hello, I'm Kathleen McDonald, Federal Security Director for TSA for the state of Oregon. And on behalf of our entire TSA team here at PDX, I want to extend our heartfelt thanks to the Port of Portland for all of their unwavering support and care for the PDX government employees during the 43-day government shutdown of 2025. The tireless efforts of the Port of Portland team to care for the airport community during a scary and difficult time made a meaningful difference to our TSA workforce. Our team is so grateful that the Port of Portland offered daily meal events, a food pantry, donation bins for the public, volunteers to staff the pantry, and employees who generously donated from their own personal funds to get store gift cards for our workforce. Your commitment and generosity helped us through a challenging time, and we truly appreciate everything you've done. Our workforce feels the same way.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Port of Portland. I want to say from TSA and all of my team that you guys are amazing. You guys really helped a lot of our families.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having our back.
Thank you, Port of Portland.
Thank you.
All you folks at the port, I really want to thank you a lot for your support.
Thank you, Port of Portland. Thank you.
Just want to say thank you to all the wonderful employees, both at the restaurants and the Port of Portland.
Thank you very much for all your help. I very much appreciate it.
Port of Portland, thank you so much for everything that you've done. It means a substantial amount to myself and everyone else.
Thank you guys so much for the meals. For me, that was the most important part because it helped me get to know my upper management team.
Being a TSO, it was nice to know we were cared for and thought of. So yeah, thank you for so much for everything.
Thank you.
Hey, on behalf of everybody here who has helped during the shutdown, thank you very much.
Thank you, PDX, for being such a blessing to the TSA administration. All of us will appreciate all of the wonderful things you've done for us during that time of the shutdown. It is so much appreciated. So thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Port of Portland.
Thank you, Port of Portland.
Thank you, Port of Portland.
Thank you.
Thank you for the cheese.
I want to thank the Port of Portland for your generous contributions in feeding us in a time when we weren't getting paid. I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Port of Portland.
All the food donations really came in handy and made so many people, so many officers and staff members happy throughout the shutdown, and you gave us an uplifting moment.
Thank you for the cheese. Hello, Port of Portland. Thank you for all the meals you provide during our shutdown.
Every year you always come through for us. Thank you so very, very much and help the officers a lot.
Thank you, Port of Portland. We really appreciate all the food that you supplied to us during the shutdown.
Ohana means family. That's how I felt in terms of PDX during the shutdown. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart as a TSA officer, Ohana.
The Port of Portland offering to help with food banks and donations and setting up meals for us. Not only did I not have to worry about making sure that I ate and my wife ate, you gave us peace of mind in a time where it was honestly really scary. So again, from the bottom of my heart and hopefully from the rest of my TSA family, thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone who works here at the port, I just want to lend a great big heartfelt thank you.
To the port, I just want to say thank you.
Thank you, PDX, for helping me keep my pets fed during the shutdown.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Port of Portland, I just want to say thank you so much for giving us all that food during the shutdown. It really means the world to us, with all the TSO officers. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I would like to say thank you, PDX family, for your support during the shutdown.
Teşekkür ederim.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Port of Portland, for your continued support of TSA in our time of need.
Oh, hey, thanks for the cheese.
Mahalo po all.
Thank you.
You showing up for our people helped our people show up, so thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Port of Portland, Walt, and everybody else that's been there to support us. We really appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Walton, Deputy Federal Security Director, here with TSA and Team Oregon. I just want to thank the Port of Portland for their wonderful generosity during this challenging time of the government shutdown. It really made a big difference. And through the wonderful donation of Tillamook, I'm now called the Chief of Cheese with TSA, which is interesting since I don't actually like cheese. But the employees really appreciated just everything that was provided, whether it was the donated time in manning the pantry, the donations in the form of meals, and just the kind words. It really made a difference. And thank you so much. I don't mean to be cheesy, but thank you for everything you've done. You're the best.
Oh, great. Thanks, Kathleen. I really appreciate you.
Yes, absolutely. Just a couple more words, if I may. One of the things that really struck me is that without the leadership in this room and from the port, none of this would have been possible. And so I just appreciate how much you all leaned in during that challenging time for us. I recognize that the relationship that we have here is unique. I'm very well in touch with other federal security directors around the enterprise here. And just grateful that partnership isn't just a word for all of you. It means action as well. So thank you.
Thanks, Kathleen. Really appreciate it. A quick shout out to the operations team who really led the work from the port side on during the shutdown, and to other concessionaires who really chipped in and helped a lot with meals and service. So it was really a terrific experience. Not at the time, but looking back, partnership and cooperation. So, Madam Chair and Commissioners, that's the substance of my remarks today. Thank you.
Thank you, Curtis. Clarification, when is Dan's last meeting with us?
March.
Okay, so
April
we have
9th.
another chance.
Oh, April 8th, the day before. Okay. 56 days. 1 hour. So we'll have another chance.
Okay, great. And I also want to thank Kathleen, and please send a thank you back to your staff. I was traveling during the shutdown and had a chance to interact with them and thank them. And the positive attitude coming back from the staff during that really, really hard time was absolutely incredible. So please share our thanks back to them. The video was great. Any questions or comments? Okay. Can I get a motion and a second to approve the executive director's report? Any opposed? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, new employees. We'll see you later. Thanks. All right, our next general discussion item is I'd like to introduce April Murchison to come up and share with us about Black History Month. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning, Commissioners. What a perfect segue into the message for Black History Month. Thank you for having us this morning. We're first going to remember our ally, and if you can put the slides up for me, please. In ongoing remembrance and celebration of life well lived, the Alliance of Black Employees pauses to honor the memory of our late ally, Mr. Blaise Lamphere. Blaise carried a profound commitment to history, advocacy, and allyship. For those who had the privilege of knowing him, a moment of silence would hardly capture his spirit. He was a man who held deep knowledge and shared it generously, engaging others with warmth, curiosity, and conviction. Even so, because we know Blaise loved to talk, I invite us now to hold 10 seconds of quiet reflection. In this brief pause, may our hearts be filled with the memories, the lessons, and the light that Blaise offered so freely as a colleague, as a partner in this work, and as a friend. Rest well. Your impact will endure. I invite you all, after the meeting, if your time permits, to take a moment and go into the atrium to view Blaise's artwork of unsung heroes. It's displayed in the atrium, and it's a meaningful gift he shared with all of us in honor of Black History Month. So now for the theme of Black history. The human heart, the historical heart, in honor of American Heart Month and Black History Month. The human heart beats over 2.5 billion times in a lifetime, tirelessly fueling every cell with oxygen, strength, and life. Its health determines our longevity, vitality, and resilience. But beyond biology, the heart has always symbolized courage, love, resistance, and resilience, especially in Black history. As we mark American Heart Month and honor the 2026 Black History Month theme, A Century of Black History Commemorations, we recognize that the heart of Black America has endured centuries of struggle and still pulses with purpose. From the rhythmic power of spirituals and protest chants to the quiet strength of ancestors who dared to dream, the historical heart of Black people has been a source of healing, hope, and heritage. Caring for our physical hearts means embracing movement, nourishment, and rest. Honoring our historical heart means remembering, reclaiming, and recommitting to justice. Both are vital, both are sacred, and both remind us the heart is not just what keeps us alive, it's what keeps us human. Our hearts matter, our history matters, our lives matter, and the generations coming after us deserve a future strengthened by the care we give ourselves today, the care we give to our hearts and to one another. Shield your heart, for out of it flows the issues of life. And out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Our hearts, human and historically, are sacred flames. And from its quiet fire rises the words we speak and the paths we choose. What overflows from the heart becomes the rhythm of our steps, shaping how we move forward, woven together, stronger than before. So from the heart of the Alliance of Black Employees to each one of yours, we wish you an abundant health, long life, and a happy and prosperous Black History Month and beyond. Thank you.
Thank you, April. Can you take a moment and introduce the lady who joined you?
Yes, ma'am. This is a part of our culture and strategy team, also a member of the Alliance of Black Employees. This is Dr. Natalia Matthews, and I am honored to have her sitting next to me. I'm here for emotional support. And she does it very well.
Yes, she does. Thank you. Thank you. Nice
Thank
to have you both up here. Thank you. It is a great month for us to pause and reflect, and your message was really, really, really nice. So thank you for that, and back to all of you with the same message. Thank you. We also have a great day that happens during the month of February, and that's the Lunar New Year. And I wanted to take a moment and have one of our commissioners, Commissioner Lamb, speak a bit to the Lunar New Year and what it means to her and her family. So, Commissioner.
Well, thank you, Madam President. It's my honor to share a little bit about the Lunar New Year. I mean, it's not just celebrated with Vietnamese culture or here locally, but it's throughout the world and throughout Asia. And each of the country cultural celebrate similarly, where all the family members usually go home. But then we have our own dishes of food that we celebrate, prepared for the holiday. And for Vietnamese culture, we prepare rice, sticky rice wrapped with mung beans and pork belly. And that was because hundred of years ago, that was the only food available to the village. So that's how they prepare it and celebrate the New Year. The meaning of the New Year, it's really just like our Western culture and Christmas, where we get our house ready, everything kind of hold pause for a few days or a couple of weeks, depends on the job. But it really, the ideas of re-inventory of how the year went and whether it was a good year or not a good year, we still celebrate through food. And for the kids, that was also an opportunity to increase their income through the red envelopes. So everywhere they go, as an older, either mom, auntie, uncle, or grandparents, their job is to wish the adults health, good health, and a good year. And then and the adults in return give them a small red envelope. We call it lisi. And that usually fill a brand new dollar bill or currency bill. And my kids look forward to every Lunar New Year because their income gonna increase. So that is really traditions, but it's really an opportunity to turn the page to the new year. So that's really traditions for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any questions or comments from anyone? Okay, thank you all. Oh, Commissioner Nemi.
I just want to take a moment with the previous, just all of the presentations that we've had here, and really appreciate our Black and Brown and immigrant workers that work for the port and for port entities, and for federal employees at a time when we see Black and Brown people under attack and targeted in our communities, as well as I hear the presentation and hear the gratitude from the federal workers. It's heartfelt, but nothing really takes the place of a fully functioning federal government that takes care of its communities. So I just wanted to note that.
Thank you, Commissioner. I'm going to take the chair's prerogative because we have a number of guests joining us this morning and we welcome you here. I'd like to move the public comment time up on the agenda. So we're going to move to public comment next. And we will start, we have 4 individuals from Unite here today. And I'm going to have two of them come up at the same time. So we'll start with Sam Scott and Rebecca Wishney. Welcome and please come forward. Good morning.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Welcome.
It's good to have you here. You can relax. We don't bite.
Okay. Hi, I'm Sam Scott. I've been a driver at Portland Airport with LSG Sky Chefs for almost 8 years. So in PDX, I'm gonna talk about my story and what is happening at LSG Sky Chefs. Here we go. In PDX, a number of box trucks don't have working heat or AC, or even a defroster doesn't work. With the often rain here in PDX, we constantly have fogged windows. There's no way to clear them. Just a few weeks ago, on January 19th, we were told to drive a truck without the defroster. And we had to stick out our heads to see out the window. I hear similar stories from all my coworkers, and it makes us feel stressed out and unsafe. Very often we have to pack so many carts in one truck that it makes it hard to get the carts out when catering flights. This is a big safety issue because our hands get pinched between the carts, and we often have to be extra careful, even me and other experienced drivers from LSG Sky Chefs. I have gotten bruises, blood blisters. I even tore my pants while trying to get the carts out. Another issue is that the trucks are kept in service even when they're broken. The week of January 12th, I was catering a flight at Charlie 8 or Charlie 10, and the extender got stuck while I was raised in the air, 10 to 15 feet. I was stuck in the box truck with no way or out. It took 45 minutes for the maintenance guy to come and fix it for us. As a driver, that is my worst nightmare. What if something happened to me, like a medical issue? I am stressed out because of this. So the very next day, I had the same truck. I told them I didn't want to drive it because it was broken down and put out of service the day before, but it was already loaded, and they told me to drive it anyways. When I was catering at Charlie 7 or Charlie 9, the same thing happened to me and I got stuck again. It makes me feel like we're put in danger. Even when we raise an issue, we're ignored and told to drive anyways. It feels like LSG Sky Chefs cares more about avoiding delays than our safety. A few weeks ago, I got to go to Chicago for a national union contract for bargaining with LSG Sky Chefs. I spoke with a group of about 10 drivers from different LSG Sky Chef kitchens all over our nation. We shared stories about safety issues we experienced at LSG with the LSG Sky Chefs. And all of us drivers never met before, but we all realized that we were dealing with the same issues. We made a proposal to solve these safety issues and have it in our contract, but we were brushed off by the company. So that is why we're here today, to let the port know what's going on at LSG Sky Chefs and our safety issues. So we can let you be aware of what's happening at this airport. I hope you all take these statements we're sharing today to heart, because we're here for one reason: safety.
Thank you for your comments, Sam. Appreciate it. Rebecca.
Hi, my name's Rebecca Wishney, and I'm a staff organizer with Unite Here Local 8 and the union representative for Sky Chefs employees here at PDX. Many of our union members at Sky Chefs have raised serious safety concerns to me in recent months. The company has failed to adequately address these concerns, so we felt it was necessary to bring them to you. We are asking you to use your power as the airport regulator to ensure Sky Chefs put safety first. And we are most concerned with the conditions of the trucks the company requires employees to drive on the AOA, and a new plan announced by the company to implement the single operator catering model. Drivers and guides, like Sam, are the employees responsible for loading food and beverage carts onto the trucks, driving them onto the tarmac, approaching the planes, and loading the carts from the trucks onto the planes. Drivers and guides have reported to me that they feel they are under immense pressure to cater flights on time and are afraid of being disciplined or fired, so they often have to rush. When they rush, accidents, mistakes, and near-miss incidents are more likely to happen. In November, a driver was rushing to cater a flight and forgot to lower the truck box before closing the truck door. The door knocked him off balance, and he fell out of the elevated truck and was dangling 15 feet in the air.
Luckily, he only sustained minor injuries after falling to the ground. Less than a week later, however, Sky Chefs fired this driver for policy violations, including, quote, failure to lower truck box from elevated position prior to stepping outside of truck box, resulting in injury due to falling from an elevated position to the ground level, end quote. And despite how difficult their job is, even with 2 people in the truck, the company has announced that it is transitioning to a single operator catering model, or SOC, with certain airlines. This is an operational change in which drivers drive out onto the AOA and cater flights by themselves without a guide. We're deeply concerned about this plan, as it would essentially double the workload for drivers while removing the support and safety assistance that guides provide, particularly when backing up or approaching aircraft. Sky Chefs introduced SOC, or Single Operator Catering, at MSP Airport in Minneapolis just a few months ago. Soon after it was introduced, a driver named Taha Adem was crushed between the truck and the plane while catering by himself. He shared, quote, "We have always used 2 people to operate the truck. Now the job pushes us to do it by ourselves. A couple of weeks ago, the truck started rolling forward and I tried to stop it from damaging the plane. The truck pinned me against the plane, and now I don't know if I will ever be able to work again." Here in Portland, Sky Chefs has said that a roving guide will be available to help drivers if needed, but we are skeptical of how readily available this help will be. How will the company ensure that all drivers have the support they need if they are sharing a roving guide with all other drivers on the AOA? Will employees be disciplined or fired for delaying a plane while waiting for a roving guide to arrive? And what if an employee is injured while alone on the tarmac, like what happened in Minneapolis? Beyond the workload and safety concerns raised by employees, this policy would violate the Port of Portland's own rules for vehicles operating in the AOA. The port's restricted area vehicle operating regulations handbook states a vehicle guide person is required whenever the visibility of the driver is obstructed. Drivers have reported to me impaired visibility due to broken headlights, that the broken heat, AC, and windshield wipers periodically prevent them from being able to defog the truck windshields, as Sam shared. They have also shared with me that the size of the ramps on certain trucks also obstructs their visibility. A guide named Glenn Copel shared he does not support the SOC plan because it is, quote, too difficult to see the end of the platform from inside the truck when approaching the aircraft. So between the damage to truck headlights, the fogged windshield, and the size of the ramps, there are numerous ways drivers' visibility may be obstructed. Therefore, they must have a guide not only for their own safety, but also for the safety of everyone on the tarmac. This plan to implement the SOC system puts our members at greater risk and poses a risk of higher rates of collisions, equipment damage, and injury to others on the tarmac. On behalf of our members, I'm asking you to investigate this matter and hold Sky Chefs accountable for their employees' safety. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. We have 2 additional individuals from Unite Here who I'd like to invite forward. Katie Whittle and Laura Colby. Welcome.
Hello, my name is Katie Whittle. I'm a member of Unite Here and a bartender here at the airport. I am here to read a statement on behalf of Doug, who's a driver at Sky Chefs, who could not be here today. My name is Doug. I've been a driver at Sky Chefs for 10 years. My coworkers and I feel a lot of pressure not to delay flights, so we have to rush. Managers put pressure on us to finish on time because they're worried they will get in trouble too if the flights are delayed. When people have to rush, mistakes and accidents happen. Sky Chefs announced that they want to start making us do single operator catering, where we have to cater the flights without a guide. Most of us drivers don't support the plan to start SOC. I don't want to start SOC because not having a guide will increase the risk of collisions, especially when backing up. Even with cameras, it is hard to tell how far things are from the truck, and the cameras are always breaking. When we have a guide, we can trust where we're going and that we won't have a collision. The company said they will have a roving guide to support SOC drivers, but this will create more pressure to rush after waiting for a roving guide to arrive. Besides this, if I'm catering by myself, what happens if I get injured? What happens if no one is there to lower the truck or hear me calling for help? We already deal with injuries and pain from the job. Sometimes I hurt my back from pulling up the ramps and carts. If we're doing it all by ourselves, this will happen even more. SOC is not safe and we don't want it in PDX. Thank you.
Hi, sorry. My name is Laura Colby. I am a member of Unite Here and a grill cook at Lewis and Clark College. And I'm here also to read a statement from a worker at Sky Chefs who could not be here, Washington Dolo. My name is Washington Dolo, and I've been a driver at Sky Chefs for 9 years. There have been many issues with the trucks at Sky Chefs breaking. Some trucks don't have heat or AC, and some don't have working headlights. We do pre-trip checks on the trucks, but even if we say there is an issue, we are sometimes told to drive them anyways. After catering a flight, we often don't have enough time to go back to the kitchen and load the next truck, so they run out new trucks for us to cater the next flights. This means we don't get to do a pre-trip on the trucks that are brought out for us, and there's no time to check them in the AOA because we are under so much pressure not to delay the flights. That pressure causes us to rush, and coworkers are frequently written up and even fired for making mistakes. About a year ago, I had to drive a truck that was brought out for me with a broken headlight. Someone from the airport operations followed me to the plane and asked to see my badge. I was so worried about losing my job or getting in trouble with the airport, but this truck was brought out to me, so I couldn't check it before driving it. I feel like I have to protect myself all the time to avoid getting in trouble with the airport or losing my job at Sky Chefs. We have to stand up for ourselves, but it's not right because we are under so much pressure not to delay the flights that we have to make these hard choices. I am also worried because Sky Chefs wants us to start doing SOC, single operator catering. SOC is not safe. I have been here for a long time. As a driver, there are blind spots in these trucks that we just can't see. That's why we have a guide who can check where things are and make sure we're moving safely. The cameras on our trucks are always breaking. Truck 2125 has a broken camera right now. If they get rid of the guides and make us cater alone, people are going to get hurt. It will be dangerous for the drivers, for the aircraft and equipment, and for other people on the tarmac. And with the stress we are already under and the pressure to rush and avoid delays, imagine how much worse it will be when it's down to one person instead of two. My coworkers start to panic when they are close to a delay, and that's when accidents and mistakes happen. Single catering will make all of us less safe. The only reason I can think why the company wants to do this is to save money, and that's not right. This is about everyone's safety. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you to all of you for being here and sharing this information with us. We appreciate it. We have one more individual who'd like to provide public comment, Lou Dreesen. I hope I pronounced that correctly, Mr. Dreesen, from Hillsborough Airport. Good morning.
Again, my name is Lou Dreesen, and I live in Hillsborough. I live about a mile west of the Hillsborough Airport, and I've lived there for around 50 years, a long time. And I like it there, and we've always lived there knowing that there's an airport close by, and it hasn't been an issue until recently. We have airplanes flying over our house every day, like 10 hours or more, not 10 hours, it's probably more like 18 hours or more. During the day, at night, early in the morning, 7 days a week. They're very loud, and they're sometimes flying 3 in a row over our house. And when we're outside, we're with family or with other friends, doing a little picnic or something like that. We have to stop talking because the noise is so incredibly loud. And they used to fly over. So these are planes that are doing training. And they used to fly over the industrial area, but now for some reason they're flying over the residential areas. So not only are they incredibly loud, but we've had planes crashing in the Portland general area that killed people on the plane and people on the ground. And I'm just concerned also, and along with a lot of my neighbors, you know, when is our turn coming? When a plane's going to come crashing down into our neighborhood and possibly into our house and even our schools, and even when we're in church during church ceremony, there's planes flying over, and the priest will have to stop talking for a little bit and wait for the noise to dissipate. So I've met with FAA, I've met with the Port of Portland, I've met with the mayor of Hillsborough, and none of them can provide any help here whatsoever. They claim that they have no control over what's happening. And I just don't believe that. I believe that the port can do something about this, change it back the way it was, where they fly over the industrial area and not over the homes. So that's why I'm here asking for your help to look into this and get back to me with whatever you find out. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments and for being here. All right, that's all of our public comment. I'd like to move on to, we have one consent item. Does any commissioner want a presentation of the consent item? All right, the title is Ground Lease Extension and Amendment, Flightline Condominium Hangar Owners Association, Hillsborough Airport. Can I get a motion and second for approval of the executive director's recommendation?
So moved.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. And our action item is next, and I'd like to invite Christina Kelchner to come up and introduce the agenda item. Good morning, Christina.
Good morning, President Koba and Commissioners. Christina Kelchner. I'm the Chief Officer of the Development Services Division, and I'm here with Masa Eshki, our Engineering Project Manager. She's going to give you some details on the project, but I wanted to just give you a little context about our stormwater management program here at PDX. We've had a lot of meaningful presentations this morning, so it's a hard act to follow for sure to talk about our facilities management, but it is nonetheless a very important part of the work that we do here at PDX to protect both the safety of the airfield and protect our environment. So this is a construction contract, request or award a construction contract for a particular area of the stormwater management system that is at the end of its useful life. So pretty routine facility management project, but the larger context is that we do have an extensive program to manage stormwater at the airfield. As you can imagine, managing stormwater at an airport the size of PDX is pretty complicated. The PDX campus is about 3,400 acres, so it's a large-size campus. About a third of that, roughly, is impervious surfaces, rooftops, and pavement. And just to give you a sense of scale, that's about twice the size of the amount of impervious surface at Disneyland, just to give you a sense of a scale. So the size is significant, and we also have unique requirements as an airport. We have to manage standing water to be sure that we're not attracting wildlife, protecting aircraft safety, and also we have de-icing requirements. Then we need to be sure we're managing that responsibly. And it's a complex regulatory environment that is constantly evolving. Our system also ties in with facilities run by other jurisdictions like the City of Portland and drainage districts that requires close cooperation and sometimes negotiation about costs and responsibilities. So fairly complex, and we've taken a programmatic and strategic approach to manage all of that really has three components. The first is that we adopted or completed a stormwater management plan for the airport in 2015. That was a few years after we completed the last master plan, and that helps us look ahead at our growth and understand our stormwater management needs through the year 2035. The second component is a PDX stormwater design manual. This design manual meets all the city requirements, but allows us to design our system specifically for airport needs and to look at water treatment at the airfield as a whole. And then we have an asset management program. Last month, we were here talking about our pavement asset management program. This is another one of our larger asset management programs where we do regular condition assessments. We maintain a database so that we know we can help us identify the right project at the right time and prioritize that with all of our other capital needs and resources. So I just wanted to give you that context for the project that you're going to see today. And I will just mention that stormwater management is a team sport here at the Port and requires close collaboration, certainly with our operations partners, but also within the Development Services Division. Engineering, environmental, and planning are all intimately involved with stormwater. Several of those folks are here today at the commission meeting, and I just wanted to call out one in particular, Blake Hamilan. Blake, if you would raise your hand back there. Thank you. So Blake manages our stormwater, not just at PDX, but across all of our marine and industrial properties. So he works very closely with the operations teams and the other teams I mentioned. And I always just think of Blake and his team when we get a big rain, because when we get a qualifying storm event, our permits require that samples be taken from outfalls within a day or sometimes hours. So I think of his team out there rushing around, getting the samples in time. So here to present details on the project is Massa Eschke. Massa is a very accomplished engineer, hasn't been with us too long, a few years, and she's also recently elected the city council member at the city of Camas. So very exciting up in Washington, and for her first time presenting here at Commission. So we're very glad to have her.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Very nice to meet you. I'm excited here to talk about Basin 1 Sub-Area Stormwater Project. Here requesting approval. Please, next slide. Thank you. So I'm requesting approval to award about $3 million construction contract to another corporation for the Basin 1 Sub-Area project. Next slide, please. So talking a little bit about the project, Christina gave a great background information. Here, I'm just want to point out about project location. The project area is a portion of Basin 1 drainage basin we have at PDX. And the reason we selected this area is because there are pipes and infrastructure over 80 years with sign of cracks and deficiencies. Next slide, please. The proposed improvement includes replacement of all the pipes and infrastructure within the project area, which, as mentioned, a portion of Basin 1, the whole Basin 1. We want to, this replacement will upgrade the system to current design and performance standard. And that definitely extend the useful life of the system to 70 years or more. The picture on the top right shows the project area highlighted in blue, and all the pink line shows our storm system. I also added the picture at the bottom to give you a little bit engineering taste on the significance of some of these structures when it needs to be replaced. Also, there is an existing open ditch within the project area, which we're going to fill it and replace it with the pipe to remove wildlife attraction and improve traffic safety, airport safety, as Christina mentioned. Next slide, please. So here we have the project schedule shown in different milestones of the project, with today they highlighted in red, followed by construction in summer. Next, please. Project budget information is shown here. The total project budget is about $8 million. This contract for your approval is shown at the top on the top line. The contingencies estimated about 19% for this project, which is considered reasonable given the soil and groundwater unknown condition. Thank you. Here, staff requests approval of the executive director's recommendation.
Thank you. Great presentation. Welcome. Commissioner Luther.
Yeah, thank you. Just a curiosity question. Given the proximity to the river, could you just talk about any mitigation that is involved in this type of a project to prevent runoff into the river straight off, or how that works in terms of mitigation strategies?
Definitely. During our preliminary design, we look at the system in general, make sure there are no backup to the system that cause, first of all, airport operation at risk, but also making sure the system drain downstream efficiently.
And I would add that this project will help to make sure that we're separating surface water from groundwater, and so it will help us to better manage any issues going forward on the airfield.
Any other questions? Yes, Commissioner Nemi.
Thank you. Just looking at the similarity in numbers, I'm curious what the $2.4 million personal contracted services is for. I understand that's not what you're asking us to approve, but I'm curious.
Sure. As part of this project, we had several other contracts, smaller contracts. The total is 2.4 million, but that's for soil management, groundwater management, and all those goes to that bucket of money, which is separate from the contract that we have here for your approval today. But because those contracts were all below 2 million, those subcontracts, we did not bring it for this group.
That's correct. And what you're approving today is what we call the hard costs. It's the construction cost. So this is design and studies that we needed to do to get to this point.
Any other questions? Right. Can I get a motion and second for approval of the executive director's recommendation? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you both.
Thank you.
All right, we are at the end of our agenda. Again, I'd like to wish everyone a happy Black History Month, a happy Lunar New Year, and a happy Valentine's Day. Enjoy the rest of your month, and we'll see you all in March. Green, folks, green for St. Patrick's Day. Meeting's adjourned.